Good afternoon, class. It's time for our Tuesday social studies. On Monday, we learned about the Golden Gate Bridge and its landmark. Today, on page 30 through 35, we will learn about the 4th of July and why it's so special to our nation. In your TCI or in your social studies books on page 30, we will start reading. Eagles, flags, and midnight parades. Your community is one of many in the country. Some are east of the Rocky Mountains and others are west, but people all over the United States feel connected. What makes us feel part of one big community? Let's hurry, Marissa said to her friend Jacob as she ran up the steps of her school. Marissa was excited, because her school was helping to plan her town's 4th of July celebration. Her class had chosen Jacob and Marissa to go to the planning meeting. Marissa is from a town called Gatlinburg in the state of Tennessee. People there love to make the 4th of July a special day. Their meeting was in the school library as Marissa and Jacob took their seats. Mrs. Lundstrom stood up. She was the school's principal. So, at the bottom, guys, there's a picture. One minute. And this is an image of a 4th of July parade all the way back in 1923. We will continue reading. It's a picture of some kids in a 4th of July parade marching. Welcome, she said. As you know, the 4th of July is a very important day. On that day in 1776, the Declaration of Independence was approved. This great document was written by Thomas Jefferson. It said that our country would be free from the rule of Great Britain. So, July 4th is the birthday of the United States. How can our town make this year's 4th of July the best ever? Let's hear your ideas. A boy named Amir spoke first. We've got to have the midnight parade, he said. That way, we have the very first parade of the day. It's a big tradition here in Gatlinburg. A tradition is something that people do together year after year. A common tradition on the 4th of July is to watch a fireworks show. As you guys can see, on this side, it's just the definitions of what we pretty much already read, of what the Declaration of Independence is and a tradition. I'm going to turn the page to page 32. But how can we make the parade special, Miss Lundstrom asked. We could have giant balloons that are shaped like bald eagles, Marissa said. Everyone liked that idea because the bald eagle is the national bird. It is the symbol of the courage and freedom. A symbol is something that stands for an idea. Then Tina spoke. There should be a band that plays patriotic songs while leading the parade, she said. The band should play the Star-Spangled Banner, Marissa added. It's the national anthem. We learned some other good songs, Amir said. I like You're the Grand Old Flag and the Liberty Bell March. That's a great idea, said Mrs. Lundstrom. These songs tell about the American symbols. The flag stands for our strength and for everything that makes us one country. Moving over to page 33. We should give flags to everyone, said Tina. Every country has its own flag. The American flag is one of the most important symbols for our country. Everyone make sure to wear red, white, and blue, said Amir. Those are the colors on our flag and also our country's colors. It's a good way to show support of the United States. Miss Lundstrom, what does the Liberty Bell stand for? Asked Jacob. It stands for freedom, responded to Mrs. Lundstrom. I saw it once the city of Philadelphia, Marissa said. People rang it in 1776 when they were going to read the Declaration of Independence out loud. They wanted everyone to come and hear it being read. Turn your pages to 34. We could have somebody dressed up As the Statue of Liberty, Tina said, the statue welcomed people who come to America from other countries. The Statue of Liberty is a great symbol, said Mrs. Lindstrom. It represents freedom and opportunity. Our country has many other symbols, continued Miss Lindstrom. The Washington Monument is one. It is in Washington, D.C., and built in honor of our first president, George Washington. I saw it when I visited Washington, D.C., said Tina. There are a lot of symbols there because it's one of our country's capitals. Yes, there are, Amir agreed. It has Lincoln and other memorials to remember famous wars. The memorials for the Vietnam and the World War II are in Washington, D.C. It's our last page, guys. I have another idea for the parade, Tina said. Let's set up a booth to tell about our history. Someone can read the Declaration and we can show a copy of the Constitution. Then people can see the words that helped form our government, as we can have pictures of the U.S. Capitol building, Jacob said. It's also in Washington, D.C., and people write our laws there. The 4th of July plan was sounding better and better. Marissa smiled as she thought about herself, marching down the street at midnight. She could even hear the band playing. The end, guys. So, for our assignment for today, in your Tuesday folders, you will see a worksheet that looks like this. It says Teresa lives in another country. She has heard the 4th of July, especially in the United States, but she doesn't know why. She wants to know more about it. Tell her about this day by filling in the blanks in this letter. So, what we're going to do is we're going to make it our own. At the top, where it says name, please remember to write your name, class. Miss Bryant. Says date. Fill in the date. Tuesday's date would be 1 minute. Tuesday's date would be 10/13/2020. Dear Teresa, on the 4th of July, Americans celebrate. What do they celebrate, guys? Independence Day. If you guys had another word you wanted to write, you may, but they celebrate Independence Day. People like to show American flags on this day. That's because the flag stands for, if you guys remember back in the reading, it told us what the flag stood for our strength, and for everything that makes us one country. If you run out of room like Miss Bryant did, because I write bigger, you guys can just write under the line. We also have other 4th of July traditions like, well, at this down here is where you guys can make it your own, because it's asking what other 4th of July traditions do you guys have. So on the first line, you can write like me and my family. We have a family cookout, which means we barbecue. We have lots of family and friends over, and we also do our own fireworks. So for me, those are my other traditions. You guys put what your traditions are down there, one here and one on this line. And then it says, as you can see, it's a big day for us. Your pal, Miss Bryant. You guys sign your name at the bottom. Be sure to put it back into your Tuesday folders once you complete the lines. You guys remember, you have to write your own traditions here. Do not leave it blank. I'll write my own and you guys write your own, because we all have different traditions. Thank you guys for doing Tuesday Social Studies with me, and I will see you all tomorrow.